It is almost the weekend. If you're listening to this in real time, it is December. And what that means in December is probably a weekend packed full of holiday fun. Whether you celebrate or not, I feel like this time of year is super busy and there's so many things going on. The rest of the year, I feel like sometimes we can use the weekends for a reset. But if you're anything like me, then getting yourself set up for the holiday weekend is actually very helpful in easing my anxiety and letting me actually enjoy some of the holiday fun rather than making it a stressful time. Hi, friends. If you are new here, I am Brittany of the homesteadchallenge.com, and I live here on a quarter acre in the city, trying to do what I can with the time that I am given and throwing away all of the things that don't bring me joy and just trying to do the thing and survive over here. If that interests you, please subscribe if you're here on YouTube. And thank you for listening to the podcast. So, I'm talking today about a Friday reset. I typically love to do like an end of the weekend reset before your busy week. That's great for like when you're back to school or really any other time of the year. But this time of year, the holiday magic is happening. And if you are a parent, you probably realize that for the holiday magic to happen, it's you. You are the holiday magic. So, setting yourself up for success can really make it so you can enjoy the things too. Because I found the past couple Decembers, even, one, we just ran out of time to do all the things that I wanted to do because I didn't plan accordingly. And number two, when we did do things, I would just feel kind of stressed the whole time. There's rushing, and I don't like to live that life. And if you're trying to live a homestead kind of life, then you probably are not really into the hustle and bustle either. So there are some things we can do on a Friday, whether you work from home, whether you stay at home, whatever. You can do these things. I really feel like it shouldn't take you more than an hour to do all of these things, and it will set you up for success for the weekend so you can maybe feel a little bit of the magic yourself. Number one, start with your non-negotiables. So ask yourself, by the time Sunday evening hits and I have the Sunday scaries, what could I do now that will help future me? So we're not only looking at what can we do to prepare for the weekend, but what can we do to prepare for, the entire week ahead right now so that we don't have to stress about it all weekend while we're doing those other things. So maybe that can mean just clearing off one surface in your house. I actually did this yesterday. So I guess it was a Wednesday reset when I'm recording this. It's Thursday. So I cleared off my dining table. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but the kids are bringing home from school more projects than ever. There are so many art projects that come in. There are food things that come into the house that I have to bring in for holiday parties, whether it's family parties or school parties. So I just have grocery bags full of stuff. I'm bringing in salt and snow and boots and coats, and it's all on the dining table, everything. So I spent yesterday, I kid you not, an entire hour. This should not take you an hour because it was literally shameful. It was in a shameful state. So it took me an entire hour to clean our dining room, but I have never felt so good in my whole life after doing that. So maybe it's your dining table, maybe it's your entryway, whatever it is, just clear that surface. Just clear it and reset it. You will feel so much better, so much better. Next, do a 3-minute toy sweep. You don't even have to do this 10 minutes. You can do 3 minutes. If you like to do 10, fine. There's a great 10-minute YouTube timer that my kids love. It just says 10 minutes cleanup song, and they're obsessed with it. And they will clean that whole 10 minutes every time. So if you can get some help on this one, do that. But truly, it might set me over the edge right now if I step on a Lego. Like, holiday, full on mom rage may happen if I step on a Lego or a Hot Wheels car right now. So I am going to go ahead and just clear the floor. My kids' rooms are not great. I was hoping to have them all cleaned before the holiday, before more toys come in. It's not happening. But what I can do is make sure that the common areas of the home don't have junk all over the floor so that I don't get pure rage. Unnecessary rage, by the way. I'm saying, like, this is a me thing. Like, this is a me problem. and I'm trying to fix it. Okay. Next thing you can do is something that's a little bit more fun because some part of the creating the magic can actually be fun. Like we don't have to be stressed about it. It can be fun. So maybe this weekend you're going to do activity where you want to have hot cocoa. So make a really cute hot cocoa station. You can clear that area of the counter in your kitchen. Don't worry about the other counters. Just clear that counter. Make yourself a little hot cocoa station or whatever brings you joy. Maybe you want to make cookies for the weekend, and that way you guys can enjoy them all weekend long, and you won't have to worry about the dishes over the weekend. You can do them now. Do that, whatever it is. Do something a little bit magic. And of course, I think that right now is a time when getting some grab and go things can be really helpful for the weekend. So whether you're going to parties or events, you may be having to have feed your kids on the go, or you're going to go somewhere where you know they won't really want to eat that food. So, making sure that you have all of those things. Maybe you need to do a grocery order. Maybe you just need to restock. Maybe, so like instead of buying individual snacks, a lot of the time I'll put things, just in Ziplocs instead of buying like the prepackaged chips or pretzels or whatever other junk I wish that we didn't eat, but we still do. We still do, friends. I am a work in progress over here. But maybe it's just filling some Ziploc bags for the weekend of whatever snacks. Hopefully homemade. If you're me, though, probably not. It is what it is. So we're just going to get ourselves super ready. Okay, next step, we're going to do a little bit more of a tidy. So I'm not talking about deep cleaning your home here. I'm talking about a tidy so that if somebody were to come to your house for whatever, you can invite somebody over, you can have a friend over, you're not going to be embarrassed. So you're just going to fold the blankets. Just fold the blankets on the couch. You're going to just clean the toilet. You don't have to do a deep scrub of everything. Just tidy the toilet. You know it probably needs done. I'm going to probably do that after recording this. You're going to just do a quick vacuum of the main areas of the house. And that's it. Like, you don't need to have perfection here. Your house is not going to get deep cleaned right now. It's probably not going to happen right now. And that's okay. I love a full home reset in January. I'm like, day after Christmas, it's all got to go. This house gets fully cleaned in and out. I know that that's coming sooner than I think. So right now, I'm just going to make things presentable and less chaotic so that I can find what I need when I need to find it when we are about to be on the go. Next, I want to talk a little bit about your weekend food flow. So this is the time of year when I find that I'm really good at planning for the week. And then the weekend hits and I'm like, oh, I have nothing defrosted. I have no idea what we're having for dinner if we don't have an event going on. I'm not also at this time of year really thinking about like preserving a lot of stuff. But oh my goodness, like some of you may actually still have stuff coming in from your garden. So take a moment on a Friday to actually enjoy that if you do still have it. Honestly, mine just ended like 2 weeks ago with this incredible amount of snow we've had in Ohio. So you probably still have some herbs in your garden if you live anywhere more south than I do. So go get some fresh food for the weekend from your garden if you can. A little foraging, little herb snipping, whatever. It's going to make you feel like a little bit more inspired to cook when you really don't feel like it. I find that anytime I have something fresh like that, it really makes me actually want to do the thing instead of just being like, oh, we'll just go out to eat or order or whatever. Pull meat out from the freezer now. This is something that I usually do on a Sunday night for the whole week, but I don't do it for the weekend. And then I get a little overwhelmed on the weekend when I don't have anything done. So go ahead and pull some meat out for the weekend so you can actually cook this weekend and you actually know what you're going to do. And you can just plan it now. Just plan it now. Maybe you want to plan something so you can have a cozy breakfast on Saturday morning. So you can make a breakfast casserole now that you can just put in tomorrow so you can actually wake up and have it ready and not have to actually rush to get breakfast made before having to leave the house. And you can sit on the couch and drink your coffee. You can actually drink it sitting on the couch. This is possible if you do a little bit of planning ahead. And then, yeah, that's it for food. Just have something planned for at least one of the days. Defrost the meat. And I think that having a little breakfast pre-made could be really, really nice for you to be able to actually enjoy your family in the morning and not get out of the door with a rush like you do many other days of the week. All right, holiday rhythm check in is our next thing. So, what do you really want to experience over this weekend? Like, did you make a bucket list or something for December, whether it was on paper or just in some fantasy in your head, like mine? What are all the events that you want to do before Christmas? Have you done a lot of them? Are there still things that you're missing that you find to be like non negotiables for the Christmas season? You can also check in with your family with this. Like, what do they feel like they still want to do at this time? And then get yourself prepared. It could be just simply driving around looking at Christmas lights, going to a craft show, making a gingerbread house, building a snowman, uh, making Christmassy crafts, making Christmassy gifts to give to people. I am still doing that. And I'm finding that I thought I was ahead of the game, but with the making, I'm actually behind. So there's that. But with the purchasing, I'm ahead. You win some, you lose some. So, what are the things that you still really want to do this holiday season? And what can you do now to make it so you can pack in as much fun as you want to this weekend or not? Maybe your fun is staying at home and doing none of this stuff. That's okay too. But whatever it is, if you're like me and you do like to do a lot of the fun activities, then what can you do to make it so you can fit it in without the family feeling like you're rushing around and not, skipping the good meals, then everybody's cranky or skipping naps and it gets messy. So maybe you need to print the gift tags today. Maybe you need to wrap a couple presents today. Maybe you need to lay out your snow gear and make sure that you have everything and the right size of everything so that when you go sled riding or to build a snowman, you're not like, where is this and where is that? It's snowing and the kids want to go outside and I don't have anything and I don't have any of the right sizes. It happens. Gather ingredients for whatever you want to bake or make with herbs or whatever it is. Gather all the ingredients now so that way, especially if you're trying to make this stuff with littles, I find that it's so much easier if I don't call them into the kitchen until they have everything out on the counter and ready to go. And then their attention span too is just perfect. Like ready to go. Here's this, put it in there, put it in there. And that's the way to go. It makes it less stressful for me, and I think it makes it more fun for them as well when I know where everything is. I have a very small kitchen, so a lot of the time, anytime I'm making stuff, I have to go into the basement a couple times to get stuff. So that helps for me, but that might not be the case for everybody else. It might not make that big of a difference. But whatever it is for you, just set yourself up for success this weekend. And then for me, I find that when I am feeling stressed, kind of connecting back to my homesteading or like my values with that really does help. Oftentimes, that's some kind of connection to the outdoors. I know that sounds super like woo woo crunchy, but this time of year, it's really hard to still feel connected to the outside when it is like 10 degrees out and you don't want to go out there. So, like I said, you could be still having herbs from your garden depending on where you live. Maybe you do want to do some winter garden touches. Maybe you can go out and collect some pine. I really want to do that this weekend. Bad. I want to go forage some evergreens. I'm going to be making some evergreen shower steamers here and a couple different evergreen things actually. Um, so I really want to do that. You can make it for simmer pots in your home. You could use it as some holiday decor, but really getting outside, whether it's in your garden or in nature, really connects you back. And I think that that kind of resets our nervous system during this crazy time. And also, you can do winter like pantry and preserving still if you're feeling like that. So if you're not feeling like you want to go out and do all the holiday stuff because that would make you like sooner die, like some people absolutely hate that kind of thing. And that is totally fine and valid because sometimes I do too. So maybe you need to check like what needs attention in your pantry. So you could go ahead and do a reset there so that you're ready for holiday baking if that's something that you want to do. Maybe you need to refill all of your mason jars that you have in your kitchen full of flour and sugar and things like that and clean things up and do a reset there. Maybe you want to set up an herbal tea station for yourself. That could be really relaxing and nice. just checking on everything to make sure that you have what you need for the year. And then lastly, this is super homesteady. This time of year, sometimes I'm not right now, but sometimes I get a little bit stressed about like emergency preparedness. If you have experienced any power outages before, you kind of know, but just charging your flashlights. I know a lot of time these days, our flashlights and our chargers and our who knows what are all battery operated. So making sure that anything in your herbal kit? So making sure that anything in your emergency kit is actually um, ready to go. And so your preparedness is prepared can make you feel a sense of peace that you didn't know you were missing. So sometimes, like, I don't even think I'm stressed about something. And then I realize that I am. Our power went out, I think, a week ago. And I realized that, like, the kids had taken all of the flashlights that I have in a specific spot and we couldn't find any of them. So, making sure that you have everything ready to go in that case, making sure you have a source of heat if you need it, restocking fire materials, uh, something as simple as blankets, having an ice scraper for your car if you're not used to being somewhere where it snows. Everybody in Ohio has an ice scraper, but if you live more south, you might not be prepared with that. So whatever it is, I really feel like having some emergency kits ready can make you feel a lot better. And I'm never about like stressful prepping. You don't need to like fill your whole pantry for winter or anything, but simply charging everything and making sure that your flashlights have batteries will put you probably a lot more ahead than you think. And it'll make you feel pretty good, especially when the power may or may not go out. All right. Next, just make sure that you are enjoying this as well. So before you do these things or in between each step, making yourself a cup of coffee or a tea can really help. I love this mug. By the way, if you're on YouTube, you can see it says not starbs. It's my favorite handmade mug to drink out of. And it has like the Starbucks logo is a mermaid and this has like a dead fish on it. That's creepy, but it's really cute. Not Starbucks. Um, no shade to Starbucks, but it does hurt my tummy pretty bad. So, anyways, your rule for December here is to really take the time to set yourself up for success. I know that um, we're all trying to live slower, and I find that a lot of the homesteading content is really based around, just saying no to all of the things and slowing down. But if you're anything like me, I actually don't want to say no to a lot of the holiday things. I want to say yes to a lot of it. And I do have to say no. Like there are some school things that we are definitely saying no to this year. And there's a couple parties that I had to say no to this year as well. But for the most part, like I want to go to the lights. I want to go. We did the holiday zoo lights. We did our city tree lighting. And I want to go to that stuff. And you might too. And there is a way to make it happen. Unfortunately, it means a little extra work. But if you get yourself set up for success, then the entire weekend can be really, really enjoyable. I know it can be. I hope that you have the best weekend ever. We have what, 2 more weekends before Christmas? Crazy town. So don't worry so much about keeping things perfect around your home. Don't worry so much about any of the stuff we can worry about after the holiday. Right now, just set yourself up, get rid of the things in your life that are maybe making you feel the most anxious right now, or the things that might set you over the edge, like Legos on the floor. It does not have to be perfect for you to create some magic. Just make things a little bit easier before you make the magic. And I truly think that you can feel it too. Thank you so much for listening, friends. As always, thank you for being here. I would love it if you could let me know what you're adding to your Friday prep list before the weekend to get yourself ready so you can enjoy the holidays too. Let me know in the comments if you're on YouTube. You can also always chat with me over on Instagram at Brittany L. Gibson. Talk to you soon, friend.